Ticker symbol AMZN. That's going to be Amazon. We're looking at here on the daily chart. We have our old wedge that we placed on here still. We're not taking it off because we need a nice visual reminder in here of what has happened in the past and channels in here that we need to be aware of going forward in the future, right? So we have to be reminded we have this long, slow grind since September all the way up here to the highs of 240, 245, and then a pullback, right? Breach below our lower trend line here and just pulled back, and now we're trading down here at 214. But the channels in here that we want to be aware of is going to be right in here. This whole body of this wedge where we had our upper trend line and our lower trend line, all of this right here, the 216 to 231, that's the area we care about because we had this big breach of our lower trend line down here, and we had this nice recovery candle placed in here the last trading session, right? So some would call this a hammer. Some would say it's not because it's got an upper wick, whatever. Call it whatever you want. It's a reversal candle, right? So we could get saved in here. And then if we do get a gap up, we didn't help ourselves today, by the way, with this candle. But if we do get a gap up and we stay above these 216s, then guess what? We're going to be grinding it out again, just like we did here for the next couple months in 216 to the 231s. That is what I'm looking at. And that's what interests me, right? After this candle right here. So large pullback, this candle, gap up, and then we could be having this nice consolidation again. Again, could be completely wrong. We might be down here. We might not gap up. We might gap down and stay between the 209s and the 216s. We might be hovering down here and letting everything consolidate and settle down here. Not quite sure. But again, this area is what we need to be reminded of, and this is going to be a big area of concern. And this is a $5, a $15 channel. Like this can easily be traded. It's a big move in here for the $200 stock. So if it wants to stay in here and kind of hold out while the market figures out what it's going to do, that would be awesome for us, right? That'd be, you know what I mean, just good news all around. If we do end up pulling back and we breach through another support that's going to be that 208, then we're going to be looking at the $200 level at the 200 SMA, but really the 195. That 195 level is going to be a major support for us because that's where we were here back in November, and that's where we're here in September. So it's not going to be that 200 psych level that you think it would be, like, oh, 200. There we go. Everybody's watching it. Really, it's going to overshoot it, and we're going to be down there at the 195s. Resistance wise, what are we looking at? Well, immediately it's going to be this 9-day EMA. If we can confirm a gap up here and stay above the 216s, it's going to be that 9-day EMA. And then above that, obviously, we're just going to see where we stop on our way up to the 231s. Above that, not really worried about just yet because that's still a long way away. But above that, it's going to be those whole numbers, right? 230, or I'm sorry, 235, 240, 245, yada, 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 as we go up there. So all in all, again, the reason we have this old wedge still placed here, nice visual reminder, what happened. It took us 3 months to get all the way up, or actually longer, sorry, 5 months to get up, climb all the way up here, a drop. But more importantly, this big body in here, this huge channel, $15 channel, 216, 231s, we got to be reminded of that. And if we do stay up here, we could be repeating this once again to kind of help the market settle down. Or we're kind of just going to chill out here in Amazon while the market figures out what it's going to do, help it settle down a little bit before drastic moves are made in here. IV rank in here is at 34, so you still have some good premiums on your options. $4 expected move by this Friday. March monthly's pricing in right around 12. If you go out to April, right around a $16 expected move in here. So all in all, decent IV. Obviously, that's what you get when you get that pullback. A little bit of a recovery candle right in here. And then we will see what happens from this $15 wide channel, 216 to 231, or we're going to be trading in the 208s to this 216 channel at the moment. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you are interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.